Greetings, YouTube. Claude Jones was found guilty of a 1989 crime of murder. The only piece of evidence linking him to that crime was a single hair. In the year 2000, he was executed for that crime. He claimed innocent right up to the moment they strapped him to the table. In the year 2010, the evidence was actually tested for DNA and was proven not to be his hair. The governor in charge at the time of Texas was George W. Bush, and to Bush's credit, Bush supported the idea of doing DNA testing to prove a person had or had not actually been at the scene of a crime in capital cases. Bush had not been aware that the request had been made to have the sample tested in 2000, and so he never granted a stay of execution which would have allowed that test to be done. Of course, if that test had been done in '89, it would have shown that he wasn't guilty and the trial would have been thrown out. If it had been done in 2000, he would have shown he was not at the scene and he wouldn't have been executed. Now, I oppose execution for both moral and legal reasons. Killing someone against their will is immoral, whether the state does it or a private citizen. But it's also an illegal issue. And if you have evidence, DNA evidence, available to you for any case, misdemeanor on up, test it. Use it to prove that a person was present at the scene of a crime. It can only help your case if you're a prosecutor. And if you're a prosecutor and you fear testing evidence because it might mean that the jury will now know that a person could have not been present, then you're a bad prosecutor. If you're trying to deceive a jury, you don't deserve that job. A prosecutor's job is about presenting facts. All the facts. Every single one. Not the ones you like, not the ones you support. All the facts. And if your case, standing on its facts, cannot convince a jury of something, then you lose. That's just the way it is. And in this case, it means a man wouldn't have gone to prison. That means a man wouldn't have been killed. On a death certificate, when a person is executed, it is listed as homicide. If it's illegal for a person to commit homicide, it's illegal for the state to commit homicide. But in a much greater sense, it's immoral in both cases. And that's what this is, folks. This is about morality. This is about standing up and saying that there are things that we as a society will not do. And one of the things we as a society shouldn't do is commit homicide. I don't think it's really all that complex, folks. In fact, I think it's really simple. And if we did less of it, we would have a better world. Because execution doesn't bring a victim back. It just makes another victim. In this case, right here, Claude Jones was just that. A completely innocent man that we killed.